Dear world, if I had a superpower, if I was a superhero, they would call me Captain Procrastination. Here to save the day tomorrow. I have put things off to the point that everything I needed to get done this week has fallen on me on one day. And that's my fault. I shouldn't have done things that way. And I'm paying for it. I'm struggling. I'm having to get everything out in one day, but I just got frustrated trying to learn these new programs. But I got my Let's Talk Football done and uploaded before Thursday Night Football, so hell yeah. Link will be in the description below. But I did forget one thing in my Let's Talk. I forgot to name my game not to trust and my pick your poison games, and that's in regards to fantasy football. My game not to trust is if you have players in this game, I wouldn't trust playing them this week. And my pick your poison is if you have players in this game, fucking play them. And my game not to trust this week was Seattle at the Jets. I think if you have any of the skill players in this game, I wouldn't play them. And my pick your poison game this week is Browns at the Redskins. I think that this is going to be, I think both teams are going to score 20 plus points. And if you have any skill players in this game, I'd play them. So now I got that out of the way because I didn't have any professionalism about me. And I learned that word a couple of years ago thanks to my boy Callie and Rev Entertainment. He used to always ask me, what does professionalism mean to you? And so I didn't have any professionalism about me because I was ill prepared to do the podcast. I thought I was prepared, but once I got going, I realized, shit. And then I even forgot some things. And even in, a couple of Dear Worlds ago, I forgot to do the gimmick. So I got to get my shit together, people. I got to buckle down. I got to get things going because this forgetfulness shit isn't getting it done. And this procrastination shit isn't getting it done. But I've been having that me against the world mentality about me again. And I don't know what it is, man. Maybe I'm beginning to think that maybe I just don't play well with others. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm good playing with others for a little while, but then after a while, I need to kind of just not play with others. And that could be my antisocial personality. It can be, being an introvert. It could be a lot of things. But I think the me against the world mentality really stems from, being bullied as a kid. And I hate, bringing all that back around, but it really impacts your life in a way that you don't realize. And so I think that the me against the world mentality stems from that because when I was a kid, I was a big kid since second grade. And so when I was a kid, I was bullied, and kids are mean. That's just how the kids are just mean. And as an adult, that you realize that they just don't know that what they're doing is wrong until someone tells them. And I know I say that to a lot of people, they'll tell me I'm doing wrong. And I'm like, well, you need to tell me because I don't know I'm doing wrong until you tell me. And that's with everybody. Nobody knows they're making mistakes until you tell them. Especially with kids, they don't know. They don't have the experience to know that what they're doing is wrong. So being a big kid and getting bullied, it wasn't fun, man. And it really impacts your life in ways that you don't know. Like when I'm in a group of people and whispering starts going on or snickering and shit, I automatically assume it's about me. When someone's being vague in how they're talking and it's negative, I automatically assume it's about me and take the defensive. And, more often than not, it's not about me. And you may think that that's me thinking the world revolves around me, and that's not the case. It's just growing up, being the person that got made fun of, and every time someone was snickering, it was about you. It's hell, man. It's hell living that kind of life. I give you, when I moved up to junior high and high school. Because see, when I was in school here in Central Arkansas, we didn't have a middle school. I went from 6th grade right into 7th through 12th. And so you're in there with almost grown men. And seniors really ain't the problem. I feel like that once I became a senior, I got a dose of school spirit that I didn't have the entire time I was there, which I wish I did, because once I became a senior, I was like, why didn't I play football? You know what I'm saying? But I was a band geek, so that didn't help at all with being bullied either. But through my high school career, through my high school days, I became kind of like I became the one who you came to when you were being bullied, because I was still a big kid. And I just got tired of it to the point that I called myself the bully of bullies, because I got put in special ed classes. And so I was with, the special ed kids, and they were bullied worse than anybody. When I came into my high school, Oak Grove, my 7th grade year, I was being picked on. He was either 8th or 9th grader, but one day he followed me like all around and just would shove on me and dare me to fight him and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm still, a kid. I ain't even a preteen yet. I'm probably 12. Yeah, I think I'm 12. I think I'm a preteen. I'm probably 12. And I hate that term preteen. Only preteens say that. But I'm 11 or 12, and these are, teenagers, and they're just pushing me around, and they're so much bigger than me. But I guess it's like a prison yard mentality. You take on the biggest person to make a statement or whatever, and I was a big kid, so. But him and his friend followed me around and would push on me and push on me and push on me, and I was heading to my science class, and I got to the science building because we had separate buildings. And I get to my locker, and he's still there. And so when I undid my locker, I took the lock and looped it around my knuckle and turned around, and I was fixing to hit him with this lock because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to get him off me. And his buddy got in there, and he's like, whoa, you don't want to do that, bro. And like just kind of diffuse the situation. But you don't realize how being bullied is going to affect you in your adult life. And I'm not placing my problems and everything on being bullied and stuff like that. Damn. That come out of nowhere. I told you I've been feeling sick. Another reason why I've been procrastinating. And I don't edit these out. So like, when I do the podcast, if I cough or anything like that, I'll pull it out. But I don't want there to be any edit cuts when I'm doing these. I want these to feel like I'm shooting from the hip. Because this one especially, I just hit record and started talking. Because I procrastinated doing this Dear World because I didn't know what I was going to do it about. I had no idea. And so when I just started talking, things started flowing. It got onto the whole me against the world mentality. And that mentality has ruined relationships and come between friendships. I've got a friend right now that I wish I was closer with. At one point in time, you couldn't separate us. But it's got to a point that if I don't put on a certain video game, I don't get to talk to this friend. And this video game is part of my me against the world mentality problem. I can play it for a little while, but after a while, I start feeling like it's all my fault. And everything they're saying is coming down on me. And sometimes it is my fault. But I just quit having fun. And the only way I can communicate with this person is to play that video game. And I just wish that it wasn't like that. I wish it was like it was. But I digress. The me against the world mentality is toxic. And it's not a mentality that you need to adapt. And if you have this me against the world mentality, I feel for you because I have the same mentality and I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying to get over the fact that I feel like everyone's out to get me. And it gets pointed out to me a lot too that I'll think one thing is going on and I'll get defensive about it. And then they're like, bro, like chill out. The world's not out to get you. It's easy to say that. But when you live a life where you feel like the world is out to get you, it is hard to think otherwise. And like I said, being a better Cody is not an overnight process. And I'm trying my hardest to be a better Cody. And I feel so much better doing these. I need to do these more often. Anyways, people, this has been just a rambling on session. I got told a while back that the person who I was talking to said that their favorite Dear Worlds that I do are the ones where I just start rambling because I end up making points that I didn't mean to make. I don't come in with an agenda. And so I feel kind of comfortable doing these. I've been told before that I can just talk. Like, I don't understand how you can do it, man. Like, I try to, struggle to find things to say, and you can just talk, bro. Well, I don't understand it either. To be an antisocial person like I am, I can just talk. So this has been another piece of me. Where can I grab from that I hadn't grabbed? I'm gonna grab the palm of my hand. It's been another piece of me for you. Now, usually here's where I would cut it off and I would end it, but I need to give a special thanks out to a couple of people who have really been motivating me to continue doing these and to put them out and have really invested in me. And I need to thank Sean, and I would like to thank Scott, because both of these guys are keeping me going, to be honest. I've got a couple of more people that keep me going, but these guys in particular have kept me going. And I want to say I thank you and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all my viewers, but you two, you two got a special place right now. Anyways, let me go back to this pose so I can end it right here.